Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Morro from FORTNITE. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. For those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay. Going for a big, superhero pose, right? So we got to. I really like these characters. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't crazy about the first ones, the mix and match, just random generic heroes that they did. Wasn't my thing. I'm glad everybody else liked it, but it just wasn't my thing. So this one is better, or for me. It's more suited for what I like. Dramatic heroes, I guess. So that's why I liked it. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna do a standard hero pose, kind of showing off his flexing pose. That's really what it is, showing off his muscles. Let's see. And then this one, I was gonna do it kind of tucked in, but I think we're gonna do it out. I'm gonna stick it out just a little bit instead. Kind of a. Here we go. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, I was about to do details, but what I always tell you, don't do the details before you do the pose, right? Because you don't end up falling off the page. I mean, I guess it's no big deal if you do. That's your drawing. You do what you want to do. But remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. We'll meet somewhere in between, right? Awesome. And about like that. But again, that's what a sketch is for. To plan it out, get it right, and refine. Okay, I think that's going to work for a sketch. Now I can start to add some details and go from there. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to kind of talk it through too as I'm going. That I think, yeah, like that. That looks good. How's yours looking? Awesome. And let's see, and here's the tricky thing, so this is what I say in every one though, it's like this is where I have to figure out how those details are placed. And that's kind of the fun thing about being able to do it yourself, is because I don't have him in this pose, so it's up to me to try to figure it out. But again, that's the fun part. That's why it's so cool to be able to draw what you want. It's because you get to figure out the pose and figure out the placement. But it is tricky, I'm not gonna lie. It's a challenge, but that's the fun of it, is trying to find a way to place all the details. So yeah, so that's what I always say, is like every single time it's fun, but I've got to figure out these details and kind of place it in the right spot for this pose. Okay, this looks pretty good. And I guess it's also going to be tricky too, because it's specifically minimal. So I have to, like I said, figure out what can be seen too. So it's not just placement, it's about what do I see from this angle with these details. Because like some things we're not going to draw because you can't see them. That's really where I'm going with this is only specific things are going to be seen. Alright, and also, I guess here's the other trick too, is that I've got his hand turned. And it's the same thing. I don't know why I'm trying to make it sound different, but it's the same thing. I just got to figure out the details from this angle, which are kind of tricky. But there we go. There we go. All right. Okay. So now I can add extra, like his sword. I think I'm just gonna draw that in. I mean, you know, obviously I have to. It's not in his hand, so I gotta draw that in. But that might be it for detail, because the rest is cloth and what do you call it? Boots. All right, that might be it. Let's raise this shoulder up a little bit. There we go. Okay, I think I am ready to switch. Let me erase some of these sketch lines real fast, because all I need are the confidence lines. I don't need the multiple sketch lines I put down, but that's what it takes. You know, sometimes you gotta put a bunch of lines down to try to get where you're going, and those are the sketch lines. And then as you get more confident, you press harder, and those are your confidence lines. Well, that's all I need. And that's how you want to live your life anyway, right? And stick with the confidence. Alright, I think that's enough. I can see what I'm doing. I can get going. Yeah, so let's switch over. Let's welcome everybody that skipped. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. Can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of these sketch lines and left myself just a little bit of the confidence lines to guide us on this. So I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen. I can control the line with much better with that. And I've got him standing with his arms posed. Well, you see the picture. You know exactly where we're going with this. So let's start off with the big old thing on the front of his head, the big old arrow looking thing. That'll kind of guide us as to where the rest of us is going to go. And oops, I just lost my picture. Hang on. There we go. So I'm going to start off with that. So I'm going to start off with a point here. Just kind of build it out. And it's okay if it's not perfect. I'm not worried about that. But I'm going to try, you know. Alrighty, so something like that. And it does have some detail on the inside. There's going to be the trick to this one, is all the detail, it's kind of colored in. Like usually I do it with color, but the way, well, it depends on what skin you have, right? I guess this one looks like a cartoon outline with all the black lines, and one just looks like a regular character, you know. So now I'm going to draw the eyes. And that's what I'm talking about, though, is a lot of times, here, let's draw the pupils. I don't draw certain details, but this one kind of has it with that one skin. There you go. So for the eyes, I'm just going to come in just a little bit. Just like that, just to kind of imply the bottom. Because if I draw it in, it's going to bleed too much because it's too much details. You know, too tiny to put all the details in. So his nose, let's put it down here. Just like that, super simple. I want to do more, but I should do it with color, and again, it's going to bleed. So let's go ahead and draw the rest of that mask. Let's bring it in like this. And it does have a thickness to it, so there's only certain amounts that we're going to add. Let me bring that in. I'm going to come down for his face, or for the front of the mask, actually. Very Magneto, right? Okay, let's build up, and then we'll add some detail. So I'm going to come out to the edge here. Let's do both sides, so we kind of keep it the same. Oh, you know what? I'm going to start to thicken things up too, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference. So I'm kind of preparing for how that's going to look. So let's build up the side here. Put this way, do the same thing. Kind of giving room for an ear. And we'll say you can see the ear on this side, but not the other side. We'll just say at the angle, all you're going to see is that. Okay, so let's draw this edge up, and then we're going to close it off because it's got an edge like that. Now the detail inside, I kind of almost want to do it with color. I think we should. Let's leave it like that, and then we'll do the color detail inside there because I think it's a little too small. We're going to lose something if we do. So let's draw some hair, and then we'll switch over to the big Sharpie. So I'm going to do some tufts like this. There we go, just to kind of represent his hair, I guess, style, but mostly the edge. That's kind of what I was going for. A defined edge. There we go. So I'm going to draw his chin and his mouth. We'll do his mouth like this. The bottom lip. We're not going to worry about the top lip because we can do that with color. So I'm going to add a chin down in here. And that's going to give us the edge of his face. Oops. Went down a little bit too much, so we'll do that. So now, we'll switch over to the big Sharpie. Alright, so I'm going to draw his neck. Like this. Let's see how thick this is. That's why I wanted to match the thickness, or let's get close, you know. And we're going to draw his collar, and his arm is up on this side, so his collar is going to come around here and go into his shirt. Let's see, let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's see, his shoulder's going to be like this. It's going to come down to where it connects here to the side, then his ribs. So let's go ahead and close off this like that, and that'll help us define some edges. Come here, we're going to do the other side. This one's coming through, so we're going to say that it wraps around like this, under to his rib cage. Close that there. There's that defined edge of that, but comes out here and goes in like that because it's the side that you can't really see, basically. Again, I should do more with color than worry about the detail all through there, you know, because it's there, but that's kind of the cool thing about it is it's got that black line that looks really neat. But again, I think it should be done in color, you know? Okay, so let's draw his arm. Since it's up, it's in front. You always want to draw what's in front first and then what's behind after. So we're going to come to his arm here for his shoulder. His arm is raised up a little bit. Like that. I'm going to say that's the edge of his shirt. Which I can now add a line like that, which is also this one. That kind of shows you where it's raised up. Okay? So he's also got that big old glove that comes to his bicep, and that helps to define a little bit where his bicep is going to be. And here's the edge of his arm, his elbow. It's raised up like this, and because it's one piece, I'm going to keep going up to the knuckle. Okay? Bring it down this way. The elbow. Like that. Alright, so now I'm just going to add some extra detail with the small Sharpie and kind of highlight stuff. This is a finger that's up. Now again, because it's mostly color, and because it's a glove that's kind of over the whole arm, that's all we're really going to do. Just add a little extra. There's the band that's right there. And we'll do like that because, like I said, it's over itself, and it's one big piece, so you can't really do that much anyway. Okay. All right, switching back over. Let's draw the torso, and then I can draw the arm, because again, you want to draw what's in front and then what's behind. So I'm going to draw the side here, finish off his jacket into his ribs. Like that. Add a little bump just for, you know, creases and folds, stuff like that, because it's cloth. That's really what it is. Come down here and add that side. Now, let's do that detail. Now, I wasn't going to do it on the side there, but let's do it for this, his chest. Okay, we're going to draw his big old pecs. This. And add this centerpiece. And also it helps us to define edges, you know, stylistically. I'm not worried about where it hits here. I want to draw the belt first, and then I'll worry about if it's connecting. Right now I'm just kind of defining these certain edges. And again, he's got a certain look here, so I like that we can kind of play around with these black edges because of the way they did it in the one skin, you know? It's got a really cool look. And that's why we're doing this, right? Okay. Oops. Stab my finger. Okay, so this arm is going to be just sticking out. So it's pretty much this one, but, well, it's the other arm. So I'm going to do his shoulder to his bicep, like this. Then his forearm, he does have like rope wrapped around this one, so I'm going to add a few bumps just to highlight. You'll see why. And I'm going to go ahead and draw an edge here because of that rope. So here's the bottom of his arm to his elbow. And again, I got to think about those ropes. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some detail so you see why I did that. So I'm going to draw the edge of this. This is his like bicep band. Okay, and again, it's materials, cloth, so we'll go ahead and add just a few little, you know, wrinkles and folds. Because that's that being there. So this, it's got like a little bit of rope. You see, I just wanted to add just a little bit of a bump, just so it looks like it's a raised surface. You know, so it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be exact, but I just thought it would be nice to kind of do something like that, just to show that it's something on top of. Painted on, kind of like this. That's kind of painted on. This is on top of the costume, you know? All right. So this is just going to be a fist, just off to the side. Well, I guess not off to the side, just a side view is what I meant. So I'm going to draw his knuckles. And then the thumb is in front of everything, so I'm going to go ahead and do something like that, and then I can add what it can see. The trick is, you can't really see much from the side there, so this is all we really got to do. Okay, but, oh, you know what, also he's got that little thing. It's like a point, like a nub, right? Okay. Oh, and they're fingerless gloves, so let's add that little line right there, and that's all we're really going to do. Okay, so we're going to draw a belt, and once I do the belt, I'll connect those lines right there. So his belt's just going to have a little piece like this, and I can build off that. And I'm kind of exaggerating; it's not quite that thick, but it's a nice way to play around with the lines and the look of it. Oh, and he's got a pack. That's right. We got to draw that pack over here too. Okay. Now add just a little bit of extra detail. Well, look, it worked out. A lot of those lines ended up touching anyway, so it kind of worked out. So I'll just do a little bit of extra detail like this, just to, you know, make it a 3D looking pack. There we go. Okay, and he's got belts going across, so I'm going to go ahead and do one kind of like this. And you see those little bumps I did? That's just because I planned on adding extra little straps and buckles and stuff like that. And it's not exact. See how I didn't do it on either side? Yeah, it's all right. No big deal. I just thought it'd be neat to do. And I'm not too worried about if it's perfectly across, but it'll help with, you know, a look, a certain beltish, real look, you know? Let's add a side over here. All right, so now we're just going to draw basically pants. Oh, another belt. And his sword, all you can see is the hilt though. So his leg's going to go down this way. We're going to go ahead and continue it all the way down just so we see where we are. Down to his pants, or sorry, his boots. And so since we can only see that much, I'm going to go ahead and draw like that, and the hilt. The hilt we kind of have at a 3/4 angle. Like that. Which means we can only see, you know, one certain way of it. It's not flat. It's not like this. It's 3/4. That's the turn view is what they call it. 3/4 view. There we go. All right. Awesome. How's yours looking? Cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw this arm. Let's draw this leg so we can do the belt and put it in front, because remember, you draw what's in front first, then you draw what's behind. So I'm going to come down here to the side, and he does have a strap over here, so I'm going to come down, draw the rest of his leg down to his boot. I'm going to say it tucks in right there. Go back up. That's where the strap's going to be, so let's go ahead and do the strap. Something like that. That means I can continue his leg up here to his crotch. Now I can do the back leg because I know it goes back here, goes in, boot, something like that. Let's add some detail before we finish up the boots. Okay, so we know that his zipper comes through like this because of the lines in the detail. Okay, and I like to add creases and folds because his pants are bent. You know, it gives it a use, you know, wear and tear, so to speak, is what I always say. And this is kind of the cool part, is there are some fun details in what's the second skin, the one that's the cartoonish look. It does have some cool lines and details that we kind of can play around with, just to give it some not use. It's not the word I was going to say. Right, that is the word I was going to say, but not the word I wanted. Some character, I guess. You know, it's not so flat. Depth. That's the word I'm thinking of. It gives it depth. Kind of like when I do this, the creases and folds. It gives it depth. It makes it real, you know? All right. Okay, so now we're just going to do boots, and it's going to be pretty simple. We're just going to come down here, into the edge, down to the front, and then we're going to add the detail. Okay, so same thing, let's draw the front, then we'll add the detail. Okay, so there's kind of a, let's see, you know what I do want to do? I want to add the laces. So we're going to come down here, we're going to draw the front. And let's see, we'll do them on both sides. You can't really see the other side there, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, and there is, again, that really cool stylized look they gave him. I'm kind of playing around with both looks. Something like that. And let's see, we can see the back side too, so. Something like that. All right, let's see. Okay, so now we're gonna do laces, and let's do that with the big black Sharpie. We're just gonna do X's across, just pretty much like that. Again, it's not very specific, but it does give it that character, you know. All right, one last little line. I like this stuff here, so we'll do that, and then we'll do this, and there you go. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Morro from Fortnite. So here's my colored version. You can color it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.